Hello. Oh my gosh, you guys. Originals, welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, I slept last night, you guys. I slept. You see the title of the video today, of the live today. It's we're talking about insomnia. But you guys, I slept last night. I did. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to know that I slept last night. What about you? Did you sleep? Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Marilyn. Good to see you. Good to see you. Marilyn, I was just saying that I was able to sleep last night. We're talking about insomnia. We're talking about insomnia. And see, this stupid internet is not going to act right today again. But yeah, so I was saying I was able to sleep last night. But what I'm finding out, guys, is 1 in 3 adults, 1 in 3 adults do not get enough sleep or rest a day. That is a lot of sleepless people walking around. That is zombie land, right? So do you struggle with sleeplessness? Like, do you have trouble with insomnia? How many hours of sleep do you get per night? What is this? How many hours of sleep do you get per night? Marilyn, are you I don't know why this is showing so funny. Are you there, Marilyn? Oh, yeah, this thing acts a little funny. Oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I was asking how many hours of sleep do you get per night, right? And do you have anxiety? Yay. I can see. Okay. Do you have anxiety around sleep? Like, um, do you worry if you're going to be up all night, or do you worry that you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep? Or does it take you a long time to fall asleep when bedtime comes? And if you're having thoughts like, if I don't sleep tonight, am I going to be able to function tomorrow? That's what I have been going through, you guys, for the last several weeks since I got back from Europe. And I'm thinking, like, if 1 in 3 adults is not sleeping well, how many accidents are caused by sleep deprivation? And I don't mean just traffic accidents, but like accidents at work or in the home. And then I'm thinking, some people don't even have trouble sleeping per se, but they make themselves so dang on busy when it's bedtime. They make themselves so busy and disregard their need for enough sleep. So they don't get enough rest at night. But sleep affects every system of your body. Every system of your body is affected by sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, your system's just going to go haywire, plain and simple. And if you have a delicate nervous system like I do, oh my God, sleeplessness is going to wreak havoc on your body. So I am trying to figure out what could be causing my dysregulated sleep cycle and what's throwing my biological clock off. So, what do you think could be causing your circadian rhythm to be off track if you're having trouble with sleep? So, recently I traveled across 3 continents in 4 weeks, right? So I started here in North America, in the US. I traveled to South America, to Colombia, and then I came back here for a couple weeks and then traveled to Europe, to Paris and Amsterdam in the Netherlands. So, could it be that the time change, the the time zones, the change in time zones threw me off? You think so? I wonder about that, but then I'm also saying, but it's not the first time that I've traveled to Europe. Not the first time that I've traveled to Europe, but it's probably the first time that I crossed like three continents in such a short space of time. Could it be that threw me off like that? And so I'm thinking about that, and I mean, I was already having trouble sleeping while I was away, right? And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get home because I'm going to take extra sleeping medicine to be able to sleep. I was feeling like Michael Jackson, like drug me up, drug me up, put me to sleep, right? You remember when Michael Jackson, before Michael Jackson, um, Marilyn said, yes, time change, climate change, weather can be hard on your body. Yes, and it was like raining the whole time while I was in Colombia and while I was in Paris and Amsterdam. It rained the whole time, especially returning to the States. Oh, and then returning abroad. Wow. I think you're right. I think you're right. Something happened there with the way that I crossed and came back and went. Yeah. Yeah, something definitely happened and threw me off balance. But yeah, so I was saying, so I was over there and I was like thinking about taking, I said it out loud to my travel mate. I was like, I'm going to take a lot of sleep medicine when I get back home so I can sleep. And she was like, now you know that don't sound right. And she said, she said, I said, what? It sounds scary. She said, yes. I said, girl, it's easy for you to fall asleep, not for me. Right. So I'm looking forward to getting home and sleeping for days. Didn't happen. I remember even coming back on the plane, those 10 hours coming back, I did not sleep. And I hadn't been sleeping well while I was away. And they had to take me off the plane in a wheelchair because I got so sick. I was so dizzy and kind of nauseous and just weak and feeling out of sorts, That's going to happen when you haven't slept. You're going to be sick. So they had to wheel me out of the airport um in a wheelchair, and I came home, and sure enough, I doubled up on the sleep medicine because I just wanted to be knocked out. But it didn't work. So I don't know how many hours I was still just up. And then after a while I started like dozing off, but then waking up and dozing off and then waking up. And then I would take the sleep medicine at night. Sometimes I tried taking it early in the evening to be able to fall asleep by bedtime, but then I wouldn't fall asleep. And then I'll be up all night. And then I have the medicine in my system. Plus, I have not slept. So the next day, I'm completely useless. And I feel like a zombie. And I feel um, like I'm having outer body experiences. I can't think. I can't function. I can't focus. I canceled all kinds of appointments, didn't show up for stuff, canceled the shows that I'm scheduled for. Couldn't do my lives, couldn't post on social media, couldn't do that. I was just useless. Let's see. YouTube, yes, big up yourself. Thank you, Marilyn. So all of that was happening, And this was going on for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'm like, what? And then I started thinking, have I hit another phase of menopause? Because I learned that people go through sleeplessness with menopause, and this probably might have something to do with it, because my sleep problems started, I want to say about 3-4 years ago, when I hit menopause, right? So, is it possible that I have hit another phase of menopause? I don't know. And so people are telling me you need to go to the doctor. But I knew that if I went to the doctor, they're probably going to give me more sleep medicine, and it's not going to help. So I stopped taking the medicines. I said to myself, if I'm taking sleep medicine and taking so much of it and it's not working, plus, I'm still feeling bad during the daytime and I'm still up all night, what is the point of taking the sleep medicine? So I stopped taking them. I stopped taking them about, I want to say about a week ago. And then um last week, was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Well, last Monday I had an appointment to get a B12 shot. Now, the B12 shot appointment was late in the afternoon, so I was thinking, shoot, if I take, because the B12 shot's supposed to help you with energy. So I was thinking, sorry for the glare. I was thinking, if I take the B12 shot that late in the evening, 3-4 o'clock, I'm probably not going to fall asleep that night. But I went ahead and took it because I didn't want to go out the next day. But lo and behold, when I got home, um, I dozed off. I dozed off. And I want to say, since I've been getting the B12 shots and stopped taking the medicine, I been getting a few more hours of sleep. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that it's the B12 shots. I'm not saying that, but I'm just thinking about what has, either my body is now coming back since I last traveled, or the B12 shots, my shot might have helped. Also, I was finally able to do some meditation. Now, I know meditation does wonders for me, right? And my brain, and, stillness and mindfulness. So I don't know if those things, combination of things, is causing me to like level out. But listen, um, listen. So, but last Thursday night, I did not sleep, right? So Friday, I am up, and I fell asleep about 1 o'clock on Friday. Your body, do what works for you and make healthy choices for yourself. Yes. So I fell asleep around 1 on Friday afternoon, and then I woke up like about 7, and I slept so well on the sofa. I slept so well that when I got up after 7, I didn't know if it was 7 in the evening or 7 in the morning, because I had slept so deep and so good, right? And so then I was like studying the phone, because I'm kind of disoriented, confused. I'm studying the phone to see if it was morning or evening. And I said, I don't even care. I'm going to see if I can go back to sleep. And don't you know, I fell back asleep after 7. And then I don't remember what time in the early hours I got up and went to the bedroom, and I slept till 8 o'clock. So I think I slept somewhere between 16 or 20 hours. I was like, what? I was like, oh my God. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God. Could I be turning the corner now? Could I be turning the corner, getting back to like a decent sleep cycle? because even prior to traveling, it's not like I was sleeping every night, right? But I was taking sleep medicine, but I would sleep like every other night or every 2 nights. But listen, you guys, I also slept last night, and I fell asleep at a reasonable hour, like after 11, and I slept till this morning. So that's 2 nights of good sleep. I am so excited. And that's the only reason that I'm able to be on the live today. When I slept and woke up yesterday morning, I felt like I was finally coming alive again. And so I was able to talk to some people on the phone and get some stuff done. I wasn't doing anything, wasn't cleaning house, wasn't doing anything, right? I couldn't function. And then so yesterday I was able to do some stuff and then prepare for this live today. And then I was praying. I said, Lord, let me sleep to last night, because then I wouldn't be able to do the live today. And so here I am doing the live, having slept 2 nights straight. I am so excited. You guys, you don't know, if you don't struggle with sleeplessness, you would not understand the kind of excitement that I'm feeling right now. Just grateful that I had 2 good nights sleep. So I am looking forward to excellencies. Thank you, Marilyn. So I'm looking forward to continued healthy sleep without the sleep medicine. So I'm going to take another B12 shot tomorrow, and I'm going to do my meditation and prayers. So I'm going to have to think about sleep in a whole new way. Right. Yeah. So, um, um, so while I was, for the last several weeks too, I know that exercise is supposed to help you with sleep, but I wasn't able to exercise. I couldn't. I didn't even do my walking, right? Um, I, but the thing about it though is that I knew that while I wasn't sleeping, it wasn't like anxiety. It wasn't, well, maybe it was, I don't know, but I didn't feel any particular anxiety pangs, you know what I mean? I do have general anxiety, but I didn't feel any kind of anxiety attacks or anything. So I wasn't particularly anxious about anything that should have caused me to not be sleeping. And I've stayed away from alcohol because alcohol does affect my sleep. So, but now I remember the first time that I had trouble not sleeping. Um, I was a design student, interior design, and I would get obsessed with those projects and stay up all night and do those projects and then go to school the next day, right? And then there was another time when, this was about, like, I don't know, 12 years ago or something. I got upset. I was upset over a breakup, and I stayed up all night talking to my friend about that breakup. Right. And I remember another time that same year, I was up all night, did not sleep, and then went to work the next day, and I was okay, right? But those are isolated cases. Those were not like signifying that there was any sleep issues. So I've been sleeping good, you know, uh, most of my life. I know people who have chronic sleep insomnia and haven't been sleeping well since they were teenagers. But I want to say it's been about 3 or 4 years since I begun to fall into a pattern of not sleeping at least once a week. And it's been increasing to just before my last trip, to every other night, right? When I wouldn't sleep. So just before I went to Colombia, I was like every other night or so. Um, Now in Colombia, while I was in Colombia in October, early October, I did sleep. But yeah, I was taking the sleep medicine. I was taking Lunesta, and I did sleep while I was over there. When I got back from Colombia, I was taking the Lunesta, and although it would take me several hours to fall asleep, I was sleeping about 4 to 5 hours a night, right? But since I got back from Europe, that's when my brain just got stuck. So looking back now and thinking about it, it could be the onset of my sleep issues might be menopause related, right? Sleep issues can start with perimenopause and continue into menopause. And oh my God, when I began to think that my sleep issues could be menopause and menopause related, and I searched up how long menopause lasts, and it could last up to 14 years, I was like, no, I can't. I can't go 14 years struggling to sleep like that. So I've lost about, it's been about 3, 4 years now since my menopause started. So um if mine's supposed to last 14 years, then I've lost already 3, 4 years. So I have like 9, 10 years, 10, 11 years. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna figure out some ways to fix that, right? I don't want to continue being stressed out about sleep and wake up stressed because I didn't sleep. So I'm going to adopt a sleep hygiene regimen. And thank God I'm on sabbatical from work, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to function to go to work and stuff if I was at work. So here are some things I'm going to try and that I have already been trying. Now, one of the things is my room has to be cold at night. When people come to visit me, they are freezing, but I'm hot. I know that part has to do with the menopause. So I have to make sure that my room is cold. My temperature is down to like 6 to 7 on the thermostat. Plus, I have the ceiling fan on high. It has to be cold for me to be able to sleep. And plus, I'm naked. I cannot sleep with clothes on. And that's another thing that's hard. While I was away and I was sharing room, I had, clothes on. So it was, yeah. So I sleep better without clothes. Um, so, and in the daytime, I get cold, but at night, I get hot. And then sometimes I'm like back and forth. I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold. So in the daytime, I turn the AC off. But as soon as evening comes, I turn it down low because I start getting hot. Then now I found a gym. It's called LOL, totally understand. Yes. I found a gym called Orange Theory, and I'm going to join them and see if I can get my exercise back on track. Not only is that going to help my weight and mental health and everything, but it should definitely help my sleep. I'm going to work later in the evenings now. I have been working and then, tuning off like by 5, 6 o'clock. I probably need to work an extra hour later in the evening, and I probably need to read later in the evening. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna try that. But I so look forward to my mindless Netflix shows at night before I fall asleep. My Netflix shows. I had gotten so hooked on Kim's Convenience and Young Sheldon, those unstimulating shows that I use to try to kind of help my mind just settle down. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and then maybe too, I'll read in bed. I've been trying to read in the mornings, right? So maybe I'll make reading in bed something I do. And somebody suggested a sleep journal, but I don't know what that's gonna do. A sleep journal, what's that gonna do? I write down that I slept this night or I didn't sleep that night. I don't see how that's gonna help me. So those are the things I'm gonna try to do to help myself. And man, let me tell you, I never dreamed that I would get to this place where sleep is such a thing. Like sleep is like could bring me such joy. Oh my God. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And listen, I do want to big up myself. I do want to big up myself for quitting the sleep medicine, right? Recognizing that it didn't help and quitting it and being willing to try some things to help myself. And I want to big up myself for coming on today to talk about this. Big up to me. A lot of women don't want to talk about the effects of menopause or may not be connecting their insomnia to menopause or even talk about their dysregulated sleep cycle after traveling through different time zones. Um, and now that I'm saying that, each of these topics could be a whole different separate video. Menopause, sleeplessness could be or menopause symptoms could be a whole video, or um, um, traveling through different time zones. Um, Sleep that's dysregulation could be a whole different video, you know. Happy you're back. Thanks so much for all you do. You're welcome, Marilyn. Um, so you guys, I have an offer for you before we close. I have an offer for you, right? This is very exciting. I'm excited about this. Do you feel like you want to talk about something or complain about something or vent about something, get something off your chest? Do you ever feel that way? You want to, just vent about something, but there isn't really anybody to listen to you, or you might want to be doing it in a discreet manner. I have a speak your piece venting hotline. I am a good listener, you guys. I am a good listener. I love to hear people's thoughts. I love to hear what people are thinking. I love to hear their ideas. I love their stories. And I have been a crisis hotline counselor myself. So I have a speak your piece venting hotline. The Calendly link is in the description box. You can book a 30-minute venting session with me, right? I'll go as far as to say I am an intense listener, right? And I want you to book a venting session with me. I can't wait to hear from you. Just make sure it's nothing illegal or sexually deviant, and then we'll be good. So listen, I can be your sounding block if you want to rant about something, vent about something, complain about something. Hit me up on the description. The link is my Calendly link is in the description box. Book an appointment and come and talk to me. Okay, of course, this is not counseling. This is not therapy. This is just you're going to spill your guts. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Hit the thumbs up, please. Leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode next week. We're probably going to talk about my travel stories. I have a lot of travel stories to share. We'll talk about that next week. Thank you guys. Bye. Thanks, Marilyn.